Okay, YouTube, here we are on another one. We're doing Art of War missions. This time we're doing land battle. We're just going to jump right into it. Skip. So there's 6 waves here, and the key is unit comp. You want to have literally there's only like one pick really for each of the different waves. I think there's a spearman wave that you could technically do skirms or archers on, but beyond that, it's very, very straightforward. The key is just you cannot lose a single unit the entire time. You can't lose a single unit. So it's a lot of micro. It's a lot of just making sure to move the weak ones out of the way. And just one slip up, one not noticing something, one unfortunate pathing accident, and you're starting all over again. And you have to listen to his narration go on, and you can't skip it each time. So I'll show you what I mean.
Welcome. In this challenge, you must defend several areas against enemy attacks. Choose the units that are best suited to fend off each enemy army, and try not to lose too many of your own soldiers. Consult the hints section if you need a reminder about unit strengths and weaknesses. The enemy is preparing to attack you. Study the composition of the enemy forces, and choose the soldiers that you want to send into battle by selecting one of the unit types available to you.
So he's going to do that every single time, like for every single wave. That's cool. So you're being attacked by scouts. Your only real option is spearmen. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to double click spearmen, and I'm going to wait right here. I'm going to wait right here in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for them to come close, and then I'm going to duck down here. And the reason I'm going to do that is to try to pull a couple of them with me. There we go, see? So now I've pulled a couple of them with me, I can separate them. I can separate them, and suddenly they don't have numbers on me anymore. Now it's a much more even fight. Yep, see? And they fall. They fall very, very, very easily. So the only thing to watch out for...
The enemy is about to launch a second attack. Choose the right unit to repel these enemy archers.
I wish I could at least mute the tooltips. So again, the only thing to remember here is that they are going to have more numbers than you. They will not win, but they can kill one of your units. That's why I drag a couple of them over here. And if one of your units does get badly damaged, you need to be prepared to like drag them out of there. So against archers, skirms are your answer every time. And this one's really easy. All you're going to do is march them right in here. Try to keep them in a nice little line so that they can all immediately fire on the head archer. And you're literally just going to focus down each of these archers. If one of your skirms gets kind of low, then you can just kind of pull them out of there. But none of your archers or none of your skirms should get low enough to really concern you. And that's, I mean, skirms eat archers for breakfast. That's all you need to say.
Now the enemy is sending a group of skirmishers. Choose the right counter and defend your land.
This here is the easiest wave you can have. Skirmishers, absolutely awful against scouts. Scouts will just eat them. You do not even have to micro this one. Literally just go forward. The only thing is you want to make sure they're past this little group of trees right here before you patrol in, because your scouts can get stuck on that. And again, it doesn't really matter. There aren't enough. That was weird. Thanks to E. These skirms literally can't do enough damage to any of your scouts to actually kill them, but it can just make it annoying, and they might, you never know. There might be a pathing error or something that gets one of your scouts killed. But look at that. I mean, that's like not even a quarter of the health there.
Men-at-arms approach from the south. We must stop them.
This right here is the hardest out of all of them. This one right here. There's 5 men-at-arms. You get 5 archers. And unfortunately, that's not enough archers to really do damage against men-at-arms. I think you at least have fletching. But the problem is you basically have to use the hill bonuses. You have to use the hill bonuses. There's a lot of running and clicking and moving. So I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best here.
Notice the hills nearby?
This is the one where I mess up the most.
Have an attack bonus against enemy units at a lower level. Try to lure your enemy to the hills to use the terrain to your advantage.
and we are faster than them. So that's what you got to remember here. Try to not let them get any hits in on you, and get back to the hills as quickly as possible. And remember, even when you get to this point, they can still do damage to you. That was a little close, but they can still do damage to you at that point.
Spearmen are about to cross the nearby ford to the west. Recruit some more units to repel them.
Okay, so for this one, I mean, you can do a host of different options. You could probably manage with men-at-arms if you're really good at micro. You could counter spear them if you're really, really good at micro. You could skirm them, and you could archer them. So you get +3 attack against spearmen, either way, as skirms or archers. But the archers have higher attack, and they're just honestly the better option here. They're the best option for making sure you don't lose. And again, it's similar to the men-at-arms, except the spearmen aren't going to be able to do nearly as much damage to you. Plus, you get the bonus to attack versus spears. So this one is much more straightforward. Yep, and see, that one's super, super easy. Again, just attack and move, attack and move.
The final battle approaches. This time, you are allowed to select 2 unit types with which to fend off the enemy. Try to use your units according to their strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, so what we're going to see here is we see skirms and we see spears. So we need a composition that won't die to skirms, but also won't die to spears. So we cannot use scouts. It's too risky. We've gone through 5 waves. We cannot use our scouts because scouts will die so quickly to the spearmen, even if you have archers backing them up. You have to take archers for the spearmen. There's no real other choice. You could grab skirms, but your other option is you can go men-at-arms. And men-at-arms are not the best against skirms. Skirms do have a decent amount of attack. However, skirms don't have a bonus against men-at-arms. So what you're going to do is you're going to position your archers right up here. And you're going to have them just fucking chill up on this hill. And then you're going to take your men-at-arms. And you're going to be very, very careful with your men-at-arms. And you're going to have your men-at-arms kind of block the path and try to take out as much as they can. And you're really just going to focus down the spearmen with your archers. Make sure you get weak ones out of there. No! Oh.
But do not despair. The silver medal is still within reach.
And there you go.
Good job. The enemy has been defeated, and this area is now under your control.
Damn. Unfortunately, that's not good enough. It's not good enough. So, as you can see, that was an unfortunate accident. I didn't notice him going down, and suddenly we're silver. These goals don't matter. These goals don't matter at all. We're silver now. Skip. We're gonna do this. We're gonna fucking do this, and you're all gonna have to sit right along with me. Unless my wife decides to edit this out.
You must defend several areas against enemy attacks. Choose the units that are best suited to fend off each enemy army, and try not to lose too many of your own soldiers. Consult the hints section if you need a reminder about unit strengths and weaknesses. The enemy is preparing to attack you. Study the composition of the enemy forces, and choose the soldiers that you want to send into battle by selecting one of the unit types available to you.
So we've already gone over this. Spears are the way to go. You're being attacked by scouts, spears. There's no real other option unless you want to counter spear them. Your archers aren't fast enough. Maybe if you had crossbows, you could do it. But you also have to make sure you had all the archer upgrades. So again, I'm going to pull a couple of them. Ooh, that's not good. That's all of them. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pull them into this choke point here. And you're going to use that against them. You're going to use the terrain against them.
You will have to earn the gold medal in a different
Nope.
battle.
Okay, I messed that up.
the silver.
Messed that up. That's okay though. That's okay. It happens. It happens. We all
Welcome.
lose a unit.
In this challenge, you must defend several areas against enemy attacks. Choose the units that are best suited to fend off each enemy army, and try not to lose too many of your own soldiers. Consult the hints section if you need a reminder about unit strengths and weaknesses. The enemy is preparing to attack you. Study the composition of the enemy forces, and choose the soldiers that you want to send into battle by selecting one of the unit types available to you.
So again, if I were better, I could micro my way through without pulling them off. And there are several people that would be kind of mad at me for trying to cheese everything. But in real Age of Empires play, you're not going to be too concerned about losing a couple of units. Definitely not losing one unit. That's never going to be your priorities. Again, so 3 are coming in. I'm just going to try to kick down as many as possible here. Now I've got a couple of weak ones, but also I took down an extra scout, and none of them are actually like super weak. If I can grab one of them. Okay, well, that's fine too. And again, they really can't do enough damage to get too close here.
The enemy is about to launch a second attack.
God, I wish I could.
The right unit to repel these enemy archers.
At least I know how to mute him now. Skirms. Same as before. Just kind of bring him in. Bring him in and focus down the archers. There's no secret. Move him back. And there we go. Again, just pay attention to your unit's health. It's no big
Now
deal.
the enemy is sending a group of skirmishers.
Good. Now I don't have to listen to his fucking voice. Oh fuck. Do I?
Choose the right counter
God
and
damn it.
defend your land.
Never mind. I guess I do have to. I guess I do have to listen to his voice. So scouts, no big deal. We're gonna run in. We're gonna patrol in, and we're gonna kill everything very, very easily. Patrol in. Kill all the skirms. Don't worry about pathing. The skirms can't hurt you. This is why you never just go skirms, like just straight skirms, unless you're literally being attacked by just a fuckload of archers.
Enemy men-at-arms approach from the south.
Okay. So, this is the hard one again. We're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna try.
You notice the hills nearby? Units fighting from higher elevation have an attack bonus against enemy units at a lower level. Try to lure your enemy to the hills to use the terrain to your advantage.
Okay, we're gonna wait till we're on open ground again. Kind of run away as fast as physically possible here.
You will
Fuck!
have to earn a gold medal in a different battle.
This is such horseshit. Like, the fact that you can't lose a single unit is the most ridiculous.
Welcome. In this challenge, you must defend several areas against enemy attacks. Choose the units that are best suited to fend off each enemy army, and try not to lose too many of your own soldiers. Consult the hints section if you need a reminder about unit strengths and weaknesses. The enemy is preparing to attack you. Study the composition of the enemy force.
Is there a way to turn off the narrator? Audio, voice. I mean, I guess I can just turn off his voice. Yeah, like that's the worst part of this entire Age of War
Choose
mission.
the soldiers that you want to send into battle by selecting one of the unit types available to you.
It's not how frustrating it is, it's how much extra time it takes just because you physically can't skip what he's saying. Despite it might be your 9th time going through, and you haven't lost a unit yet to that particular battle, but they're still gonna make you listen to their fucking tips like 15 fucking times. Okay. Okay, that was perhaps not my. Wow, thanks, D. Thanks, D. That was impressively bad. That scout, you saw him just run out over here. This is gonna be easy enough. That wasn't the cleanest, but I'll take it.
The enemy is about to launch a second attack. Choose the right unit to repel these enemy archers.
And we literally just did this. Like I said, the men-at-arms one is the hardest. The last fight is a little bit challenging sometimes if you don't pay attention. But it's the men-at-arms one that's honestly the hardest. And again, no surprises there.
Now the enemy is sending a group of skirmishers. Choose the right counter and defend your land.
I just hate having to listen to this guy. This is why I don't like doing this this Art of War mission. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I've gold starred it. And after this, after I've got a record on YouTube of me being a golden boy, I'm just not gonna fucking do this ever again. Because I don't need to. There's no point. Just listening to this guy over and over again is like being taunted.
Enemy men-at-arms approach from the south. We must stop them.
Okay, here we go. For the like 4th or 5th time, however many times it is.
Did you notice the hills nearby? Units fighting from higher elevation have an attack bonus against enemy units at a lower level. Try to lure your enemy to the hills to use the terrain to your advantage.
Boy. Oh, get away from me. And there we go. Okay, that was very close. He was very low, 3 out of 30 HP.
Spearmen are about to cross the nearby ford to the
you saw it. You just gotta loop around this area, get back onto the hills, and you'll be fine. Archers against the spearmen again. Again, this should be your one of your simpler battles. And I could have done that cleaner, but again, it didn't really matter because spearmen are nothing against
the final battle approaches.
Against
this
archers.
Time, you are allowed to select 2 unit types with which to fend off the enemy. Try to use your units according to their strengths and weaknesses.
You can't even select your units until you're done with he's done talking. So archers again, and the archers are going to hang out on the hill, and men-at-arms. So I'm actually going to try something this time. I'm going to send the archers forward and just try to like snipe off a couple of He's getting out of there. And there we go. We're going to clean this up. All right. There we go. Gold medal. Fucking took us long enough. Fucking took us long enough. Okay, we're going to leave map. And return to challenges. And we got a bright, shiny gold medal. So that's another one. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll be back in the next one.